We begin with breaking news overnight of a massive explosion that sparked a devastating fire in an apartment complex in Maryland. The fire lit up the night sky in Silver Spring.
Nearly 36 people, including 3 firefighters, were taken to the hospital with injuries. Several people remain unaccounted for at this hour. Chip Reid is at the Silver Spring complex just outside Washington, D.C. Chip, good morning.
Well, good morning. Smoke is still rising from that apartment complex behind me. They are still searching for survivors. Between 5 and 7 people are still unaccounted for. It began just before midnight with a massive explosion. One building was completely leveled.
The blast was so strong, firefighters nearly a mile away say they heard the explosion.
It looks like I got 2 buildings on fire. One is fully involved. Collapse of the building.
When rescuers arrived at the Flower Branch Apartments in Silver Spring, Maryland, it looked like an inferno.
People trapped on 2nd and 3rd floor.
Emergency crews quickly put up ladders and started pulling people through windows, taking over the work neighbors had started.
Multiple rescues had been made by the civilians prior to fire department arrival, using ladders off of work trucks and painter trucks as an example.
About 160 firefighters worked to douse the flames. Bystanders captured the scene of devastation on cell phone video and pictures, the giant flames that turned people's homes into ash and rubble.
At first we heard like a big boom, like a big loud noise, and my aunt went outside and checked, and then she saw like a lot of fire outside.
Officials say 34 people were transported to local hospitals.
The injuries ranged from abrasions to orthopedic injuries, broken bones from the exiting the structures 3 and 4 stories, as well as burns and smoke inhalation type injuries.
3 firefighters were among those admitted. All had non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators are still trying to determine exactly what caused the damage.
Still too early to identify the sequence of explosion and then fire, or something prior to the explosion. That will be determined later on the day or beyond.
Fire officials say there are gas furnaces in those buildings, and they are certainly looking into whether this fire was started by natural gas. If it was, then the National Transportation Safety Board plans to send an entire investigative team because gas and pipeline fires are within their jurisdiction.